Okay, so we did a little riding today in the mud, and we got our nice white Polaris ATV nice and muddy. So we're going to clean it off, and there's a problem with just spraying it down, which we're going to do. A lot of times the mud doesn't seem to completely come off. But first we're going to hit it with water, and then we're going to test two different types of cleaner, both the Bike Bright and the S100. Since I ride motorcycles, I've been using products to clean my bikes for years, so we're going to give them a try. So first, we're just going to use water. And little duckies and tortoises, get out of the way. And chickens. Now what happens, especially on white like this, although this mud is fresh, we just went riding. Alright, but it doesn't always get all the stains off, so we're just hitting it down first. And as you can see there, it comes off, but not entirely. So we're going to spray it down. Don't want to hit the controls completely with a hard water stream, but we'll get in there. Obviously, it was quite muddy where we ran through. And fortunately, like I said, since the mud is pretty new, most of this is probably just going to come off with a good spray. But there will be some slight difference. You see right there, okay, the fact that the stain doesn't seem to come off. We're going to test a couple of things for that. Alright, get over on this side, get the front. We have the bumper on there, which I have painted with white plastic dip. That's why it's white. And obviously that's going to be difficult to clean too. And then the eternal question. I ran through some pretty deep mud, so that means it's really dirty underneath. So how are we going to handle that? And I'll show you that in a little bit too. So, first we give it a nice wipe down. Or a nice squirt down here. You can see there we're getting it off, but it's still going to have a little stain on it. And we're going to try to get rid of that without having to get too crazy. And the back's pretty dirty. And right from here. Now, of course, one of the dirtier places is going to be under the wheel wells. And we'll just get under there, get in the suspension. Also in here, get splashed a bit myself. All right, and the brakes. All right, now. All right, now first of all, we're going to try a little something here. We got the Bike Bright. Now what that does, for those of you who have motorcycles and ever tried this, you're supposed to be able to spray this on and basically just spray it on, leave it for a few minutes. And when you spray it off, everything is supposed to be clean. And you see the dots on the thing. So what I'm going to do is do half the ATV with this. Get in there. Get the wheels. So get that nice and foamy. Around the front here. And we're basically getting the 1/2 with this product. The Bike Bright. Cover it up real good. Hit the handlebar. Okay. Get in there. Okay, now the other side, which has also got stains and stuff, we're going to use S100. All right, let's get that pumping. There we go. Now, S100 doesn't do the same foam. It has kind of a different coating to it. Also a very distinctive smell. Okay, so we're going to get this with that. Get the wheel better in there. And this half of the seat. And back here. Okay. So we pretty much got everything with both of those. So now what we're going to do is spray it all off and see what the difference looks like. And the chickens go running. I didn't do those, unfortunately. I should have. Well, we'll start from up here. And basically getting it all sprayed down now with the stream of water. And as you can see, the bumper itself is going to come pretty white on both sides. I'm going to come around here. This is the Bike Bright side. And as you can see with all that mud, it looks pretty good. The white looks white to me. That's a pretty good clean. I still see some brown on the white part there. Have to hit it again probably. Now we're coming around here. Get it all wet in there because we sprayed in there. Okay. Gonna walk around the other side now. And this is the S100 side. I got my tortoise over here, one of my tortoises. Came over to get a little spray. Leave my ATV alone. I didn't bring any food for you right now. Get off my hose. Okay, so right now, considering how muddy it was just a few minutes ago, and they're a little better. Looks pretty good. I see a few areas where it's not completely stain free yet on both products. They're getting both about the same. Now, granted, the mud wasn't dried, so it was pretty wet mud. All right, so in looking at both sides here, they both came out pretty good. I see some stains over here. Actually, probably a little more on the bright side, man. Now we hit it again. Just in those two areas with the S100. And there's just a little bit here. So we're gonna hit it again. This doesn't really look like it needs any here. Over on this side it does. So I'm gonna hit with the S100. A little bit there. Okay. And just let that run down a little bit. And then one more rinse off. In fact, most of that's gone already. And looking at that, that is pretty close to perfect. I mean, this is a white ATV, just went through the mud. And it's looking pretty white. All right, looks pretty good. A little bit there. I'll just probably have to hit it with a rag, and that's it. And looking good. Gonna get muddy just getting that out of here, but for now, good start. Now the question comes up, underneath. How do you deal with underneath? I mean, you know, I could try to spray under there, but there's still going to be places I can't get to. Well, you do notice there's a winch on the front of this. We're under a deck, and there's a bolt up there. Well, that winch is 3,500 pounds. This ATV is almost 900 pounds. So we are going to actually lift it enough so that we can just lift it up and spray underneath. And we'll show you that in a second. Okay, so we've got the winch hooked up here to the deck, and we have it on low. And what we're going to do is, we got the key on the motorcycle, just on the electric. We didn't turn it on, but now that we've got the rope a little bit tight, we're going to be putting it in neutral. There we go. Now it's in neutral, and we've got the remote, because I don't think we should stand there and do this holding the ATV. And the rope should hold. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit in, and we're going to lift the ATV. And up she goes. Bring her up high enough. And leave it just like that. Now we're going to get the hose out. And now we can spray underneath and get all those little nooks and crannies that you can't normally get to. You wonder what it looked like underneath here? There it is. And actually, she came out better than I thought. Some of that grass off of there. Spray underneath. In fact, what I think I'll do here is grab a little of this S100 and hit some of these sections. Now you can see the plastic dip gets wiped off. It gets rubbed off. There we go. Look at that. Doing a pretty good job of that. Gets rubbed off by the line. So we lifted it up. You can also get under those wheel hubs there, or wheel wells. Get a nice decent clean under there. Get in there too. A lot of times this dirt and stuff gets stuck in those little holes. When I went to change the oil and I took that cover off, it was covered with dirt. So now we can get in there real good. And got a pretty good clean underneath. All right. Shut the water off. Get the hose out of the way for now. And now I'll use the remote to slowly lower it down. Now it's in neutral, so it's going to roll slightly down once I get it to the bottom. But what I'm going to do is just let it slack itself a little bit, and it grabs. And then what I'll do is come back over here, turn the wheel, throw it back into park, and then I can let it out just a little bit more until it's loose enough. In fact, I'm gonna give myself enough room. There we go. And I should be able to unhook this like that. And I want to take this magnet because I got the automatic stop, and if I don't do that, it'll shut itself down. And one of the things I found out the hard way is when you do roll it back, and I could put it on high, but I'm just going to do it on slow and hold a little tension on it so it doesn't catch itself. And that is basically the quick clean on an ATV, including underneath. I'm gonna let this go all the way in, and it'll automatically shut itself off when the magnet hits. And that's the quick clean underneath and all.